episode of Mommy Needs a Break. It is a podcast for new moms who don't have it together because we ain't got it together, but we're still alive, and so are our children. I'm Megan Thomas at Make Scoop Everywhere.
And I am Marisa Johnson at She is Marisa J. Make sure to follow Mommy Needs a Break at MNAB Podcast on all platforms and check out our website, mnabpodcast.com, for all updates, news, and no updates.
Yes. Well, today we're going to have a little fun because we're playing trivia, and get this, we have a special guest. He's a father that you have been waiting to hear from because we have been talking about one of the two all the time.
Or his wife just talks crazy.
Yeah, that's for that. Y'all give it up for Terell Johnson. He is a father. He is a husband of this one. And he's a tech guru. We wouldn't be here with all this great, wonderful technology. If it wasn't for you. Entrepreneur, yes.
You know,
one of the most...
Man of God. Like, what else could we say about him?
No, I thought I was going to do it, but...
Oh, my bad. Go for it. Well, today we're going to have a little fun because we're playing trivia, and get this, we have a special guest.
He is amazing. He's an entrepreneur. He's the owner and co-creator of La Create Space. He is the founder of the Black Engineer. He co-owns everything and anything I do. He is the father of two beautiful, luxurious, fancy, extra girls.
We went half on them too.
We went half on those too. And he's the smartest person I know. He's the only man I would ever allow to give me children inside my body.
Because where else are they going to go?
I don't know.
And he's HOA president.
He is.
We gotta add that. How many Black HOA presidents are there, guys?
Under 40, you know what I mean?
Yeah, under 40.
And he is a senior video engineer, infrastructure engineer at Facebook. I don't know if I could say that. He don't like me talking about that kind of stuff, but he is that as well. Terell Johnson.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for the intro.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have just let you do it.
I don't know. You do the intro.
I'll take both of the intros. You know what I mean?
I think you're the only person that ever got two intros on our show.
Yeah.
That is a first.
It's a first, you know. I love that.
You're making M&AB history here.
In the history books.
And we've been trying to get our guys on this show forever. So I'm glad you're here. Now you got to talk Marlon into coming because he's still like, no, I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah, like we'll get him here. You know what I mean? Like once we go to Atlanta, like we got to get Marlon.
That's the plan.
Like that's the plan.
Yep,
if I got to do it, he got to do it.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
Twist his arm. If
not, we're gonna get him on FaceTime. We're gonna virtual.
We could have did that today.
Girl, we'll do it another day. But we'll get into our first segment of the show. It is Ain't No Shame, where we share a shameful moment, but we don't shame you. So whose shameful moment? Is it me?
It's you.
Oh, child. Ain't no shame in hiding while you're eating so your kids don't see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
All the time.
I'm the king of that.
You always be like, because I don't always want to share. You know what I mean? Like, and then kids, like, they don't just like, oh, may I have some of your food? No, they
want it.
This is mine. Like, they just in your plate, and then you don't know where their little dirty hands are. So you just like, I don't want this anymore.
Halo's always like, Mommy, those are Daddy's nighttime cookies. Those are Daddy's nighttime chips, Mommy. Look, and they're in the closet. And I'm like, Terell, were you eating Doritos?
I was like, no.
Were you eating Oreos? Halo told
chips.
me you were eating them at nighttime.
She be telling about you.
Quit making up stuff.
But no, seriously, because you know, and I think about it, like these kids will take everything from you. You need something for yourself. Eating private, okay? Hide.
That's not shameful. That's like real life.
Like, this is not good for you, but I'm gonna eat it.
Right.
I'm sick of sharing. Sometimes I just want to eat my own ice, and then don't let it be a drink, because I really be like, never mind. This is so much backwash floating in this. I don't even want this no more.
Crumbs of the juice.
I did give Halo some soda one time. She loved it. She didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, this is so good.
What kind of soda?
It was like strawberry soda.
Why do dads do that?
My God.
Doing that? I'm like, don't let him have that.
I mean, like, I don't know if it's vegan or not, but you know what I mean? I try to keep it somewhat healthy.
Soda is vegan.
Because it's strawberry?
I mean, what's strawberry? She wants some. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Lord.
She's crying. Like, all right, live a little. Like, mommy's gone. It's good.
Do you have any shameful moments you want to share with us?
Oh, I do. I mean, it ain't no shame. It ain't really shameful. I mean, last night, you know, introduced Halo to chili cheese dog, so I have no shame in that. It was all vegan, vegan chili. Marisa made it fresh out the crock pot. Halo was just asking me for a hamburger. I'm like, we don't have any, but do you want to try a chili dog? So,
She tore it up?
Yeah, she tore it up. I got to let her like be introduced to some stuff. It may not be full beef chili dog like what we're used to, but at the same time, like now she knows what a chili dog is. Yeah. And she knows vegan. So
you never gave her a chili dog.
Why would I ever do that?
You had vegan sausages. What was she
I don't even
doing?
know
Exactly.
what sausages she ate.
we had cornbread. It was like vegan
You
bread.
made the cornbread. We didn't just have it.
We had to make it. She was like, what goes good with chili? I was like, cornbread.
There you go.
Like,
That's legit.
you gotta have some semblance of,
She was like,
Legit.
Daddy, what was that thing called that I ate?
She
Can I
did
have
say
another
that.
one? I was like, what is she talking
it was
about?
fire.
He said what is it?
She said
I
a
don't
corn
even know
dog
what
first.
she ate. A chili cheese dog?
A chili cheese dog is vegan. Had the vegan cheese,
See?
whole wheat bread.
That's why her teacher texted me talking about she was gassy, farting. I
Today?
was like, cause she eating them,
Girl, that was
them
the
vegan
beans
cheese.
and the chili,
and-
girl.
No,
that
that
was the
was-
chili beans.
Man,
Okay.
all cheese gonna make you gassy. It don't matter if it's vegan or not, apparently.
Right. All right, let's get into a little bit about you. But before we talk about you, we want to play a game.
Okay, let's
We
do it.
love.
Oh goodness,
I love
Megan
playing
loves
games.
trivia.
I love playing games. Marisa just be like, whatever. And you know why, Marisa? Because you don't be knowing the answer either. That's why you don't like doing
I probably
this.
don't. Let me look at these questions.
Okay, so these questions have to do with like being a new father.
Okay.
So we're gonna test. You have 2 kids now. You're 4 years in the game.
Let's see.
We're gonna see if you know the answers to these questions.
Let's do
First,
it.
switch off. So I'll ask you the first question. Let's see. And play along with us. Let's see if you guys at home know these questions.
I'm gonna see if I can answer them.
How long should you let your newborn cry before responding? A, pick them up right away instead of letting them cry. B, 5 to 10 minutes. C, 10 to 15 minutes. Or D, until he stops.
I'll say 5 to 10. Like,
Okay.
sometimes it gets a little crazy, so like I don't think you're supposed to let them cry like too long, but sometimes they need to cry a little bit.
Okay, well, the answer was actually A.
Really?
You pick them up right away instead of letting them cry. Newborns.
Really?
Oh, newborn. Oh, yeah.
newborn.
Yeah. see.
Oh,
Because newborns, like, they don't,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
need...
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. And then because like a newborn for me, yeah, like you don't really know what's going on. So if they're crying,
Right.
yeah.
crying for a reason,
they-
with a little toddler,
10 months, yeah. Let 'em- they can cry a little bit, you know. All right, number 2.
Okay. How many?
Get close.
Oh, sorry. I was getting comfortable. How many times a day does the average newborn eat? A, 3 meals a day. B, every 4 hours. C, 8 to 10 times. Or D, on the hour, every hour.
How much they eat or drink bottle, or is it the
I
same?
guess
thing?
that's the
as
same
a newborn,
thing.
you know, drinking milk is eating their food. That's
You want me to read it again?
Yeah, I think every 4 hours.
Really?
I mean, because that's the same as like it's like 8 times a day. So, oh no, it ain't. I can't add right now, or I can't multiply. But I would say every 4 hours.
No, 8 to 10 times a day. Because you know they eat every 2 hours, remember?
You're right.
that's all right.
That's what I was thinking of.
Because you said 8 and I was like, yeah.
Okay, pretty good. What's the standard advice on how long after childbirth you should wait until you and your partner can have sex again? Is it A, 1 week, B, 6 weeks, C, 3 months, D, 6 months, or E, until the doctor gives the green light?
For 6 weeks, I'm going in.
That's right.
Ding.
You remember how long before you could get back in that thing?
There's
Like
nothing
6
else.
weeks.
Kids gonna be hungry, but they'll be crying and hungry. It'll be good. Been waiting.
Oh, and you said that with no hesitation.
Right,
You know that
6 weeks.
You know that number off top. Like,
Let's see. What is the number one never leave home without it item you should bring for an afternoon at the park with a 6-month-old? A, your cell phone. B, a birth cloth. C, the video camera. What is this question? D, a diaper. E, sand toys.
Oh yeah, diaper.
there you go.
Yeah,
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
Everything else.
I would
I'm
hope
good.
somebody wouldn't get that wrong.
Oh, it's an easy one. You had to throw a couple.
I need my cell phone. What are you talking about?
I know, right?
Okay, when can you start reading to your baby? Right away. It's never too soon. B, 4 to 6 months. C, when he or she can sit up on their own. Or D, when they're at least a year old.
Right away. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, you might have had a couple kids,
You know?
right?
Okay, let's see. What do Graco what is this? Prego?
Peg Perigo.
Perigo, what is that? Oh, okay.
Next question, please.
McLaren? What is
McLaren.
that? McLaren? What is that?
Lord, let me read.
It's a car.
What do Guapo,
Oh.
Peg Perigo, and McLaren have in common?
I don't know. A, they were heroes in World War I. B, they make baby monitors. C, they make sturdy strollers. And D, they're wineries in California, in Napa.
Is that Grey Coat?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that stroller.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, okay. I didn't know the other one. I never seen the other one.
We got two of those
They're
in the
like
back right
higher.
now.
Yeah, we have the Graco and like the one that, what's the one that just like
Oh, that's the Ergo Baby.
Ergo Baby? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, I don't know the other two.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like higher end ones.
We clearly don't have those.
Right. Okay. Which one of these should you use to clean your baby's umbilical cord? A, rubbing alcohol. B, nothing. C, soap and water. Or D, baby shampoo.
Baby shampoo. Or soap and water.
Nope, sorry,
you
it's
just-
nothing.
you
You're supposed
do
to leave it
nothing.
alone.
Just let it fall off.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Don't
Yeah.
touch it. Let that thing
Just
prune up and fall off.
Let's see.
find it on the couch later.
Find it on the couch.
Oh, I have.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I have Arias in my drawer, and then I have Halos in her book. Yeah,
Yeah, I still have Mavs. That
Yeah.
little nasty thing.
yeah, I still have it.
I still
Oh,
got
we
mine
have
too.
it.
I like so,
What?
still
on
got
a
mine wearing on a chain. Stay connected to my mom, you know.
Oh my God! At what age do most babies sleep through the night? A,
Never.
3 weeks, right? B, 3 months. C, 9 months. D, 2 years.
Through the night.
Right.
3 weeks, 3 months, 9 months, 2 years.
Say 9 months.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding. I feel like that was Halo.
Yeah, that was Halo. Yeah.
Aria, I don't know.
Because like once you switch your food to like the formula or like the cereal stuff they used to
yeah,
put in there.
Or like real food.
Yeah, it was like thicker.
Yeah, like
Maybe
solids.
Longer. Yeah,
And
that's
they,
true.
and then you got to put on a bigger diaper. That's like the key. it
You always say that.
is because they can poop more. You know what I
That
mean?
is true. It
don't get
holds
wet.
more. That is so true. At night, I would put a bigger diaper on Mav because it was like, oh, I know you're probably gonna pee.
So it just holds it.
Like, instead of
Hold
peeing on the
on
bed.
more.
You know what I mean?
Aria's whole bed was wet this morning.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, just I
Yeah.
had to like give her a little whole bath.
I know. She need like black girl diapers.
What?
Because like, I feel
Oh,
like,
she got big booty for a
I feel
baby.
like her shape is, you know, a little different from
She
from
already
little
curvy
Hershey's.
as a baby?
Yeah, she's a little
Oh,
curvy.
because he's always like pulling the diaper around her butt cheeks. Like
Yeah, and
he's
it's-
always like,
So it's just always like, you know, it's always a little leakage, you know. Ain't,
Wait, does that mean you need a bigger diaper then?
like not that.
She got to go up to the next size?
It's not bigger. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
because the waist is
she's a little
fine.
thick.
But the legs are loose?
The legs be tight, or
Yeah,
I
it just
don't
kind of
know.
it just fits differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they got the Barbies, they might as well just go ahead and get the Pampers. Like Beyonce, Rihanna, like give me the fancy diapers. We get.
The baby blues refers to A, songs women sing in the delivery room, B, sadness and moodiness that most women, I can't read, that a woman may experience after giving birth, C, the color of all newborn baby eyes, D, nickname for boy diapers. Well, not our baby eyes. Baby blue.
Baby blues. What are they?
I thought it was like none of those. I thought it was like,
Like none of those.
like when people like want to have a baby. They get,
Baby
They get
blues?
the baby blues or like what was the question again? Or at the
Songs women sing, sadness and moodiness that women experience after birth, the color of newborn eyes, and a nickname for a boy diaper.
baby blues. I'll say A. This is my best guess.
A song women sings in the delivery room. Did you ever hear me singing in
Nah.
the delivery room?
But I mean, he was out. he wasn't singing nothing.
That's your answer?
Let's go with the depressed one, a B.
Depressed, yeah.
It
Yeah.
is the moodiness
Yeah.
that women experience right after childbirth. Okay, your partner is so sleep deprived that she can't see straight. Do you A, call your mother, B, ask your mother-in-law to come visit, C, offer to take the 2 a.m. feeding, or D, hire a night nurse?
Yeah, ideally.
Right.
Ideally, I want that nurse who can be there all night.
We just interviewed somebody
Yeah,
who
talk about a night
talked
nurse.
about they hired a night nurse. I'm like, damn, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah, so C, like take the 2 a.m. shift.
Yes.
Chloe used to do that.
Yeah, Terrell would do that, especially with Aria. And then when we would like move,
I was
I
just
think-
sleeping or sometimes like
or like we moved the bassinet over to your side at night so I could sleep through the night. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a sign of a good father. Okay, what's the safest position for babies to sleep in? Is it A, on the tummy, B, on the side, C, on the back, D, in the car seat?
You know this.
Like on the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is on the back. Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
You did good to me. You got most of
That's
these.
what's
Yeah.
Okay, you passed.
I just missed the first one. So.
Yeah.
That's all right. That means you're a good father.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah, you're in your
good
children's
father.
I'm
lives.
approved now. Nobody ever tell me black men can be good fathers. See?
Yeah. Of course they can. You are a great dad.
You are. You really are.
These kids
I tell
love
Marisa
you.
all this all the time. I was like, Marisa, you should be so grateful because, like, in my household, Marlon has older kids.
Yeah.
So, like, we're a little more traditional in the sense of like, mom does these things, and then like dad does these things. But like, I see you guys have like, you're a non-traditional couple. Whereas like, she'll go to bed and not think about where if the kids are like, if they did nighttime routine, bath time, like all that stuff, like she'll just go to bed and I'll be like, you just went to sleep, girl? Like you didn't have to prep Terell and tell him what to do. She was like, no, we're a team. Like we're like,
Yeah.
that's easy. And so I always thought, I was like, girl, you should be grateful because your husband can put them kids to sleep. I said, and even yesterday I was like, what? We came to y'all's house late and I was like, what do the girls eat? She was like, I don't know. I was like, you don't have to like tell Terell like, hey, make them some food. And she was like, no, girl, he knows. I'll be like, you know what my man will do? He'll be like, are you gonna cook or like, do I need to order food for Mav? Like, what's going on? So this is awesome that y'all have like established like, you got it too. Cool.
Yeah. Like it's trust, I think like in any relationship, especially like when you're raising kids, you just have to trust one another.
Yeah.
Because like we kind of talked about this earlier today, like we both have things going on. And so, she was like, oh, like what do we have to do in the morning? Like, oh, have to just talk about like what do we got going on today? And so like that's how it be. But also it's like I married her for a reason. She's a mother of my kids for a reason. It's like I trust her, I believe in her. So it's really just about like knowing that my kids are gonna be okay. If they can't be okay with their mom, they can't be okay with their dad, then like like we got other problems. But our girls are good and like they're learning, but we do give them a lot of freedom. So it's really just trying to make sure that they are doing the things that we want them to do and just trying to, make sure that we implement some type of like household rules.
You guys are very patient parents. I will say that.
People always say that. I always feel like I'm not patient.
Yeah.
But I have a military father because I was at your house and Halo, I was about to be, we do that. You know, so very black mama, very like, sit down.
Yeah.
And she just be like, you just let him go. I'd be like, yeah, let him go. I need more of this. I need more of this.
Yeah, because it's cool. Because like they're kids, and they got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And it's like you're in the house and you're just trying to play and you're trying to learn and you're just so excited about everything and they just enjoy being around us.
They really do.
Yeah, at least I hope that they do. Sometimes
I think they do.
Sometimes Aria yells
They
at me,
do.
but then I know she loves me. I'm just like, you little girl, you're so feisty.
Aria is feisty. So I guess I have to interview you.
You're asking me some questions.
So Megan crafted these questions.
Okay.
So what is the biggest lesson you've learned since being a father?
I think the biggest lesson that I learned has definitely been like patience. And I'm still figuring it out now. And I think it's not really coming into like fruition until now because I feel like we finally have gotten to a place to where, the things that we've been working for our kids, they can finally enjoy them. Like Halo's 4 now. So now she's getting into activities. She just recently had like a recital. So it was great to just be able to go out there and like say, hey, like this is what we work for. We work to be able to put you in, in dance class and go every week and, be there and like see you, cry walking in the door to actually doing the recital and like getting flowers thrown at you on stage. And so it's really just been about like, figuring out like how to manage the family's time. We talked about like going on vacation. So it's really just about, understanding that now you have, these extra things in your life that you have to consider. And so first it was Marisa and then it was like, it was Halo and now it's Aria and now it's like our family. And so how do you put those type of things first? And so for me, it's always been, I don't want to say a selfish mentality, but I've always only had to worry about myself. The way that I was brought up, it was a survive on your own type of mentality. But how our household is, like, it's not that like we all rise together. Like Marisa's family is like very close. And it's really just about like understanding that your time is going to be spent in the day. So make sure your family's included. Make sure, you do be patient. You take advantage of every opportunity. And so for me, learning these lessons, is helping me in all facets of my life. It's helping me to speak up at work, it's helping me to be able to, to talk to Marisa, because now it's about patience, about, having clear communication streams with the people that you're interacting with, because at the end of the day, I want to get back to my daughters and just play and have them jump around on the couch.
You guys do really good with that. I will say that. I know you and Marisa are partners in life, you're partners in business, you're partners in parenting. How do you separate like your work life, working in this space, and then also being like, okay, we're a couple, like it's our time. Do you like do anything intentional with that?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely make efforts like to do it on a regular. We have a lot going on, and so we are, purposely trying to be intentional about everything that we're going to be doing, especially next year. Whether that's like planning trips, making sure that we can like set time, and these are things that we talk about. And I know, like you agree with me because we talk about this, but it's about trying to make time for the things. We're also like expanding our team, and so whether that's trying to help bring in people to help us continue to grow the space, because this is like a child as well.
Yeah.
So we got to let go of this, the same way that, I'm pretty sure when we get older, we're going to let go of our kids. Like we have to bring people in to help us. So at the house is like bringing in family, making sure we maintain good relationships with people in our lives so that they can come watch the kids or just be around, or making sure when we're at the space, we can like trust people to open up the space and, continue our lives, because the things that we built, we have to maintain them. And so I think, that's a part of our balance. And I think it's really just about, being intentional about it and being aware of it. I think that's like the biggest thing that you think about. Like if you were to put all your meetings on a calendar, like when you got to pick up the kids and how much time you're with certain people, you really see like where your priorities lie. And so that's really what it's about. It's about time management. It's about life. It's work-life balance. That's why they call that. And I'm choosing to flip it next year. It's like, it's my life work balance. Like work is going to come second and life is always going to be first. And that's really like, the things that I'm learning and haven't figured it all out. But at the same time, like we do have these conversations about like, how can we, better be there for the girls and go on trips with them and things like that. So it's really about the time management and being intentional about it.
Y'all having more kids?
If we get rich, we could.
If we get rich, we're already rich. We're rich in a lot of areas.
Rich.
Marisa's like,
just.
I don't know. I mean, like when I hear people talk about like sons and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's cute. Oh, Terell can have a little boy to hang out with. But then I'm just like,
where's this boy coming from?
Where's this boy coming from?
I know.
All right.
I think you would like a boy though.
Girl, you need a boy.
I think you would like a boy.
I mean, you need your boy for you. Like, like men need him because you're like, okay, this is a little version of me, just like your daughters are little versions of you.
Right.
But I think it's different because now you get to see yourself through a boy's eyes. Because that's what I see with my son. It's like, I get to experience this world with him, but he's a boy. Like, like I gave him a bath and he's like feeling on his wiener and I was like, I'm a woman. Like, I don't know. And then like talking to his dad's like, it's normal. It's like, so what boys do. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I get it. It's not weird. Like it's just understanding men and boys and like how he relates to the world as a little man, because I can already see like, I feel like boys know their place as men. There's something innate in them. And so that's why, like, if you have female teachers, they treat boys treat women teachers different than they treat male teachers. Because it's like, I know a man is an authoritative voice. Woman, I feel like I'm supposed to tell you what to do. I feel like it's something innate in them. And so they do treat, it's just so cool to see the world through a little boy's eyes as a woman. Because,
well, if we're going to do it, we have to do it now. Because I'm not waiting. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this much longer. Okay. That's not
all right. So nobody call y'all between the hours of 10 to 8.
Right. I need to get that nighttime nurse or,
this nighttime nurse. I'm like, what was that? I didn't know anything about that. That's crazy.
But it's funny. I mean, like everything you were saying is like how I think about the girls.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with all brothers. And so for me, having girls is like interesting.
Yeah. Like they want to see hair, the emotions. You're like, this is different.
Right.
But, because I'm always like, when Haley like, Daddy, I'm like, she's talking to you. Because I'm looking at it from like a woman like being ignored. Like, she's talking to you. Can you stop? She's talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, look at her in the eyes. And show her.
Let her be seen and heard. Right. Let her know.
That's funny. So since we have two girls, what would you want? Like, what would you tell other fathers with little girls, like raising two girls? Like, what have you learned of dealing with two little sassy
Yeah.
little girls.
Oh yeah, and since Marley, listen to this. You better have a girl.
Right. I think having girls is like very interesting because, I think girls, like I'm a man. Like I was in a frat.
Clearly.
I got but again, it's like I have all brothers. Been around guys play football. So really trying to like break down my like barriers. And I'm not like a tough guy like at all. Like, I'm not a punk or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like how she mentioned, just being aware of that, like these are girls that they have feelings, they have different type of emotions. Like, if they're crying, like I have to sort of like get to them. Sometimes I'll let them cry.
Like, man up.
Yeah, like just a little bit.
That.
So it's not really about that. But I also, think that it's a fine line between like being helpless and like just being like confident that like you're not going to be hurt.
Yeah.
And so, I think Halo is like she is in some ways like my boy. She'll tell you she flips, she jumps, like she's not scared. She like scratches herself up, although, but she's just like, because that's how we play and that's kind of how we are. But I think it's just about like just knowing that women are different. And so I think her perception of a man is going to be like what she sees in me. Mm-hmm. And so I just got to make sure that I'm, doing like the small things to show her how she should be treated. But it's really just about being that example and just protecting her and, instilling some type of, like skills in them to let them know that they're not helpless.
Yeah.
And like whatever like that takes. But I think it's great being a father of a girl. Cause again, I grew up as a boy, going to a recital, like never just even been around none of that stuff. And, picking out tutus and looking at shoes and just like clothes that they like and toys that they like. And, it's just like a joy for me. And I think when you have a girl, you just have to, make sure that they're in a good space and that their mom has their head on right as well. You know what I mean? Because there's certain stuff that I can't do. Yeah. Like, again, got all brothers. I never learned how to do hair. So
wait, can you do hair now?
A little bit.
Okay.
I can get a nice little pony,
I got some braids. 1 to 10.
You gotta ask Halo. Halo be like, Mommy, Daddy's not an expert because Daddy doesn't have hair on his head.
Exactly.
Okay,
he has a beard. He's not an expert. I was like, yeah, that's
so smart.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's logical.
I try though.
That's logical. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen a bun you did. It was pretty good. I'll give it to you. You did.
I just don't know how to like pull it. I feel like I'm like hurting their head. You know what I mean? So I was trying to like let it loose, and next thing I know, it's like all over.
Because Marisa be like, pulling that hair tight in there.
But like that's what that's what I grew up seeing, and I'm trying it, but I'm like, this just don't feel right. I don't want to pull out her hair.
Your hair loose.
Yeah, you got to pull that thing back.
Yeah, you got to pull it, grab it. It's
like
slipping, got the gel and grease and all that.
Okay, before we get out of here, Joe, tell us about, you guys have multiple businesses. Where can they go to, kind of patronize your businesses? What you got going on?
Yeah, so, if you want to know more about some of the things that we're doing, you can definitely go to my website. It's terelljjohnson.com. It has like all the links to a lot of the things that I have going on. Next year, 2022 is going to be a big year for La Create Space. And so we'll be putting a lot of efforts into our programming, building up our membership base again, doing more productions, building out this network for Black creatives, and really just trying to give back to the community. And so, definitely visit terelljjohnson.com. That's my Instagram handle. I will be kicking back up the Black Engineering Podcast, hopefully by the time that this is out. By the time that this is out, I guarantee we'll have some more episodes of the Black Engineers. So
what about y'all sweaters?
Yeah, we got the sweaters.
That we're rocking.
Yeah, we got the sweaters, like the Be Inglewood brand. So like why be Hollywood when you can be Inglewood? It's really just a mantra to the city of Inglewood, city of champs, and just being great. And so a lot of people, move to LA. They're not necessarily from over here, but come to Inglewood. We got some great things going on. And and that's about it. I'm here at the space. Hit me up. We can collab and make some things happen.
Hey, all right. Our last segment of the show was just an inspirational moment called I'm fine. It's our response when people ask us how we're doing, and we're not necessarily fine, but we say that. So we want you to be fine when you say that. So Marisa.
Yeah, we usually do quotes and things, but I think I always obviously bring Terell up in conversations, in every single conversation we have, and us being married and younger and having kids and things like that. But I think something I always say, and it's not for everybody, but I always say it. I always just say, like, friends make the best husbands, I think, because, before we were married, we were homies and we were able to talk to each other. We were able to just, share our dreams with no pressure, be who we are with no pressure. And I think after you get married, there's all this pressure to be so many things, and you're not. Not you, but like you don't like you can't do all these things and be all these things at one time. And so like being able to be friends is like you have this respect level that you probably wouldn't have with someone else, and like this understanding that you have. So, you know, if you have a little homie next to you that you're like, oh, that's just my friend, you might want to like look at them and like, oh, we could do some life together.
Especially in your 30s.
Right. We could have, especially in your 30s. You don't have to play cousins anymore, okay? And like play sisters and brothers. It doesn't exist in your 30s. So I would just say, look over to your left and look over to your right. You know, baby, you know, you got a little friend. Because I think that it makes it easier in this life where you could do it with someone you're like, homies with. And,
I believe it.
You know, but that's just my thoughts. So that's it.
Well, thank you for watching another episode of Mommy Needs a Break podcast. We do this every single week. We have great mommy and daddy guests. If you have anybody that you'd like for us to interview or any topics you want us to explore, put it in the comments below. I am Megan Thomas at Meg Scoop everywhere. And Terrell, what's your handle so they can find you?
Terell J. Johnson.
Okay.
You can see our kids on his Instagram.
They're so cute.
And I am Marisa Johnson, and she is Marisa J. Make sure to follow Mommy Needs a Break on all platforms, and we will see you next week.